Hello and welcome to another session for Totally Online Gaming Group's 5th edition D&D campaign, The Blackest Heart. We're glad you could all join us. I want to start out by apologizing as we were having some technical difficulties with the audio during the live stream of this session, which included not actually having any sound at all in the beginning, and then having somewhat of an echo effect on my audio throughout the stream. However, not too much was missed in the beginning, as the majority of the portion where the audio was completely out was during announcements and the recap of where the party had left off at the end of last week's session. So here's a quick recap to catch you all up to speed. Diana had managed to teleport out of the Path's hideout with Fayelle's sister Kaia, using her Dimension Door spell, arriving just behind a surprised Jacob. Eurydice and Rhogar had just witnessed a strange ritual led by Ahriman, the leader of this branch of the Path in the city of Bennett's Bridge, and learned that the Path is seeking out the pieces of the Blackest Heart, and has found the location of one of the pieces that they've been looking for the past 5 years. The two of them, still attempting to maintain their cover as newly accepted members of the Path, discussed what they should do next, but were distracted as they saw the lithe, nimble form of Fayelle speed past an intersection of a hallway, and then shortly after heard the sounds of combat. Well, that's where we left things last time. Now it's up to the party to determine what happens next. Once again, I apologize ahead of time for the audio issues tonight, but hope you still enjoy the video.
Jacob's just going to look towards Diana and what was the sister's name? Kaia, and is just going to, okay, make your way back to the inn.
What was the
Be
sister's
careful.
name?
I'll, be back later. And he is going to, dart into the hideout.
Okay.
Diana's just gonna stand there dumbfounded. It's like, why does everybody keep leaving me alone?
I'm still standing right here.
Damn, Zero. You just got ignored.
I'm 8 feet tall and I'm still invisible.
No,
Oh,
poor Sarah.
Mm-hmm. I'll cast light on you one day.
Ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
I guess Diana will look at Zeroth and ask him, do you want to stay here waiting for them, or do you want to come back with us? Because if they decide to follow us, I cannot fight back.
Yeah, I'll protect you. I'll go with you.
I don't know how this works on this map.
So we will head back to the inn.
Okay, so... Diana, you said you are going to head back to the inn?
With Zeroth and Kaia.
Alright. So... And Jacob, you were going to do what again? Sorry?
Jacob was going to go into the hideout.
Okay. I went ahead and approved your open door.
Yes, I see it.
So, and we'll see if we can get that one out of the way too. Oh, wrong one. It's still doing that thing.
Okay, it looks open to me, so
Yeah.
I can...
Alright, so you should be able to enter in there. And the other three, Diana, Kaia, and Zeroth, you're heading back to the inn?
Yep.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Once I enter here, I'm going to throw his hands around, mutter a few words, and a bunch of just owl feathers poof, as I believe it's 2 more familiars appear in front of him as he casts Flock of Familiars.
Okay. So, there you are right in there, Jacob.
Yep.
And... yoink, as always, since we don't have owls, you get the bat. So,
Let's get
2 additional ones, and Hrim was sitting right out there. Did you grab him?
We're gonna leave him there.
Okay. So,
We're
real
gonna
quick,
keep him blue.
gotta shrink these down because they're not so darn big. There you go. And
There's one. We'll make that one red.
okay, there you
other
go.
one.
You now have permissions to operate those minis, and they are sitting right there.
I got them all
Mhm.
color coded and everything.
There, and I'm even going to turn on the build light so that people can see a little better.
Nice. Okay. What we're gonna do is he's going to send one down this way, and he is specifically like looking to see where they went to go down and all that.
Okay.
And the other one's gonna fly down the hall this way, and he's going to kind of travel with the one that's flying down the hall.
Okay. So, I will need a perception check.
We'll do that so that we have torches all around.
Yes.
Because he does have dark vision.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and you
So,
got them
perception
enabled.
checks.
Good. Yep, perception checks, please.
Okay, it should just be whatever I roll plus 3 if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
Indeed it is. Okay. Okay, 20, dirty 20.
All right, not a problem. This one right here,
Yeah.
notices a stairwell going down, and with your keen mind feat and your high intelligence score, I'm gonna say that you remember the riddle or the cryptic words that Eurydice told the group that she learned from the drug addict that she had questioned. And so you figure, yeah, down. That seems like a way down.
Alright, and we're gonna just... the yellow one is going to go and land on Jacob's shoulder, while the other one is going to continue leading the pathway.
Okay. Alright, so while you are doing that...
Do what you gotta.
Yep, down below.
Oh. God, no, I gotta move all of them. Staircase.
Down below, Rhogar and Eurydice. You are over here.
We are.
And you just saw Fayelle rush past the end of this hallway, and then you heard the sounds of combat and some yelling.
Okay.
Guess we should go.
Yeah, Eurydice is gonna turn to Rhogar and say, "Go find out what that is. I'm gonna message Jacob again."
Got it. I'll take off.
Okay.
And then she's gonna message Jacob with, "Jacob, we are fine. Go back. See you later, dude. Go make out with Diana. YOLO."
Yellow. What does that acronym mean?
Alright, so Rhogar, you make it down the end of the hall, the one that you saw Fayelle run past.
Okay.
And you are now faced with 2 directions. One is the way you saw Fayelle run, and the other one leads back exactly opposite. Basically, it was like a T, the hallway.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
I have to sneeze, though.
Excuse me.
I would go the, Wait, I already got confused. So the way Fayelle was running, like currently running, or the way
Yes.
she was
Currently running.
Okay,
The way you saw
I would
her go.
follow behind her.
Okay, so you come out, and as you get out of the edge of the hallway, you actually see Fayelle. Ooh, somebody's screen went wonky.
Oh god,
Zeroth's.
Oh no.
Zeroth didn't make it.
Zeroth's screen went a little wonky. Alright, so
Great.
as you come out of this hallway and you look to your left and right, you see Down the right is just more hallway and no one's there. But to your left, you see one member of the path about 30, 35 feet away from you, laying on the floor with an arrow sticking out of him. Fayelle is about 10 feet past that, and just as you come around the corner and see her, you see another arrow fly from her bow and strike another path member about another 20 feet past that, and he drops as well, and she continues running, and she gets another 30 feet beyond, and so at this time she's probably a good 70, 80 feet down the hall, and there's enough light that you can kind of see, but she's getting towards the end of, I mean, that's a decent ways away, and it's not fully lit, so she's getting towards the end of your vision.
My 120 feet?
Oh, you have 120 foot dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got some pretty
So-
supreme dark.
Yeah.
So
so does
that's true.
Eurydice,
That's
so-
true. I forgot about that. So yeah,
Yeah.
you can see farther down past that, and basically about another 50 or so feet past her, and you don't see any path members in that hall in front of her. But as you're standing there, some doors right on the hallway or on the wall on your left wing open, and come on, open up already. There we go. All right, so that one's gonna be a pain in the butt, so I'm just deleting you.
Uh-oh.
So this, you see two more path members come out of this door.
Uh-huh.
You see another path member emerge from the hall, and I'm going to, for those who are watching, I'm going to just kill off the ones that are dead so that people don't get as confused. You
Whoa,
see a couple,
oh.
yeah, on the screen.
Oh, I was like, I was going to attempt to save them. Now that there's other
No,
people nearby.
They're still there.
Okay, yeah.
They're still there. I'm just basically getting rid of them on the screen so that people see. So some more path members come out of different rooms.
Okay.
And if it'll play nice, drop him. Okay. And they are all, from what you see, no one has stepped out in front of her yet.
Okay.
But there are now like 5 members of the path who are in the hallway behind her or close to it. And they look like they are not happy with this. They all have crossbows raised.
Yeah, I can wing this. I will rush over to the first downed person just to see how far along is he.
Okay, he is about 35 or so feet away from you.
Oh, great. So he's 5 feet away. I mean, can I visually see if he's alive or dead?
Oh, yeah. You can see him. It's hard to tell, though, from this distance if he's up or not. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, you could get within... I'll say you could get within touching distance of him if you took your 30 foot of movement.
Yeah, I'll take my 30 feet of movement to rush to his side.
Okay. And he's laying down on the ground. Doesn't seem to be moving.
Oh my god.
Give me a perception check.
What do I add to this? Plus 1. An 11? Oh,
An
so
11.
my passive perception.
Oh, yeah. Even, even though it's difficult because there's a lot of blood covering him, you recognize this is Juan.
No.
Oh no. I will place my hands on his wound,
Okay.
hoping for the best, and I will use my healing hands, which gives him 8 HP.
Okay. You pour the magic granted to you directly into this arrow wound as you snatch the arrow out of it. You see the wound close up. The blood still remains coating him. And for a moment, there's nothing. But then... oh!
No, yay!
Oh, Juan, do not scare me like this.
Juan is back.
Yeah. I will shout to the rest of the Lost members and say, I have this, chase her down. I can tend to the wounded. As I look to the other guy that dropped, and oh yeah, the path members. No, not the
not the
members.
Lost.
Yeah, the path members, and shout that out. And then I will look to the person who is down. They're within 60 feet, right?
Yes. He was only about another 20 or so feet away from where the first one was taken down.
All right, and I will extend my hand and bonus action, call down a ray of light to heal him for 4 hit points.
4 hit points. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So you cast some your magic and attempt to heal this one.
4.
And it's hard to tell because you're still 20 feet away if he responds or moves at all right away. And you figure you'll be able to get a better, understanding of if he's going to be okay when you get up there.
Yeah. And then that would be all I would do.
All right. So, top side.
This bitch killed one almost.
All right. So, Zeroth, Diana, and Kaia, you guys were going to attempt to head back to the hotel. Are you trying to be stealthy? Excuse me. Are you trying to be stealthy about this? Are you just running? What is your plan at this point?
Wait, were you talking to me?
No.
No. This is Diana, Zeroth, Zeroth, and Kaia.
Okay, sorry.
No problem.
I figured we were just gonna go back to the inn.
Okay, so gonna walk it. No sneaking, no running, just walk. Okay. All right. So if that's what you're doing, the first round you move your normal movement, and then after the second round, you guys are basically on the stairs that lead up from the main docks area to kind of the main surface of the bridge that is the platform of Bennett's Bridge, where all the houses and everything are located. So you're kind of halfway up those stairs. All right. Jacob, it is now your turn.
All right.
And you have made your way down the stairs into the basement area.
So let's switch back over to where we are. There we are. So, you're saying I made it down these stairs.
Yep, I'll even put you all the way down there. Both you and the bats, just that way I can kind of lock this in and make it easy to move things around. All right.
I don't hear you. Cleo. So, he is going to...
Wait, did you got Eurydice's message, right?
Say it again, just so make sure he hears it.
Yes.
It was, Jacob, we're fine. Go back. See you later, dude. Go make out with Diana. YOLO.
What is this YOLO?
Are you positive? I'm unsure of a lot of things. Frankly, and no, I'm not. What does YOLO mean? And that's the end of his message.
All right. Okay. And then what are you going to do?
It's going to send Batboy forward.
Okay.
To move him around. And then him and the other one are just going to kind of continue rushing
Okay.
and you can tell me whenever you want me to stop, but the plan is he's going to continue moving until he sees something.
Okay. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and
You move me wherever.
teleport you because you basically are kind of rushing your way as fast as you can
I'm still going in.
with the aid of the bats.
He's a bad listener.
And
We've got a plan and we're following it, and
you make your way to right there since you're in Tailspire, so you should be able to see. You are right here. All right. That's where you're located.
Okay.
really are a bad listener.
Well, I mean, technically, if he runs into Fayelle, they can both jump out. So it's kind of good. I'm giving her the opportunity to run.
Okay.
If she fucks it up, then she fucks it up, and I will kill her.
So if Eurydice sees...
Oh yeah, Eurydice gets
she's got an Eldritch Blaster. And she's got a 300-foot range on that.
It's very scary how we can see so well in darkness.
Yep.
Yep. So, let me know if that's a little bit better. I don't know why we had an echo, but we had an echo for a little while, apparently. Hopefully that has fixed. Alright. Let me just check. Alright. So what you see, Jacob, is exactly what you see right now. You see an open door that leads into a room that is not quite, it's not, very symmetrical. A quieter echo. Okay, well, quieter echo is better than all echo. Hopefully I can figure that out later. Yes, it's because we're underground. That is correct. That is why there's... but you see this room, and what you can see through there is it looks like there are some grates, kind of like jail cell grate doors. Not solid ones, but more like bars. And they are great, absolutely great. You see 3 of those in this room, and that's and then you see what looks to be a possible pathway off to the right, and that is your turn at this point. So, Eurydice, what are you doing? Alright, you can go ahead and move yourself unless you want me to move you. You right around the end of this intersection here, where you could do that. Yeah, technically as a rogue, because normally it's an action to dash, but you can bonus action dash. Technically, you could move, use an action to dash, and then use your bonus action to dash. So, if that's what you want... Okay, then you are going to end up right out here. And you see now 2 members of the path right next to Rhogar. They are looking down the hall, and with your dark vision being very good, just like Rhogar's, you see they are next to an open doorway. There's another open doorway further down, and a third further down from that. There are 2 more. Yeah, there are 2 more path members further down. There's actually a third path member that's on the ground next to Rhogar who is getting up. It's kind of hard to tell who it is because Rhogar's right in front of him and this person's on the ground. And you see another one that is on the ground next to these two up here. And another one happens to come around the corner. So there's actually 4 here, 1 on the ground. And then there's Fayelle way up here. And okay, roll your attack. Okay, your arrow flies through the air and narrowly misses one of the other path members, and then sails wide, embedding itself in the open door next to Fayelle. Okay, now the members of the path themselves, they all are moving up, the ones that are up and about, and the three closest to Fayelle, they all take attacks against her. With one of them, let's see, hold on, go away thing, there we go, what is it? 2 of them actually hit with their daggers. Okay, so she takes some damage as they slash at her with daggers. There it is. All right. These 2 back here shoot crossbows at her. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Both hit. One with the crit. And so I'm going to do the... Actually, I think it is a D8. So I'm going to roll this one first. Ouch. And then the other one is the crit. So 9, 12, 21. Alright, so she takes 2 crossbow bolts in the back, and she kind of... stumbles for a second and then keeps running. And she books it down to here. And 2 arrows fly straight and true. One slams into this guy, one slams into this guy. And then, surprisingly, she is able to disappear around the corner. Come on. You have to do it this way, makes it easier. And Jacob, where you are standing, you've been hearing the noises of battle, and you all of a sudden see come through the passageway that you thought was off to the right a little bit. You see Fayelle running full bore right around the corner, turning towards you. Okay. Now, before we get to you and what you react, Rhogar, what are you doing? They didn't drop, but they stumbled pretty hard. It doesn't look like they are currently trying to continue pursuit. They're dealing with their wounds right now because they're in pain. Okay. So as you move up to check on the other downed member, you see that they didn't move after you healed them because they were already gone. But you don't recognize this one. No, Hector actually... Hold on. No, Hector actually... where did I put that one? There it is. you see him, if it'll do it, darn it. Always got to be a pain in the butt when I'm trying to do something important. Alright. Yeah. And... where are you hiding? There you go. Alright. Alright. Hector actually comes around from the hallway that you're now standing next to. There's a hallway that branches to the right. The wide hallway. This is the one that you and Eurydice ran down the first time when you first met Hector and Juan, into kind of the gathering area where they had lots of tables and chairs and they were playing cards. And he comes running from there into the hallway to see what the heck's all going on. Okay. 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 All right. Okay. He still looks, pretty bad off, and as does, Juan. You healed him up, but he took a hit that dropped him, so he's, yeah. All right. It should be. Let me double check. All right. See if that helps at all. I don't know. I'm sorry about the audio issues, everyone, if you're having audio problems. Doing my best. I had some issues with my computer over the last week or so and had to redo all the audio settings and everything from scratch. So if there are issues, I apologize. I'm trying to figure it out, but I may have to do some work after stream. If anyone else, besides Klein, because he's the one who's given us some feedback, if anyone else is having these same audio issues and you're in chat, please type in, let me know. So we can figure out if it's just his stuff or if it's on my end still. And I'm gonna try to listen and see if I can hear. Yeah, definitely getting some kind of echo. Weird. It's weird. They've what? Mm-hmm.
Created a whole entire adventure.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I can barely hear you guys on the stream. Let me try something else.
Alrighty. So this is the moment where we just continue having conversation. Did you know that Critical Hit Games Lives
does not support Fayelle? She's evil.
I mean,
She
on.
tried to.
Okay,
I mean,
I can hear you guys better now.
Hey, say look.
Hey.
Renounce her, and Juan goes up. Or the audio goes up. No, Juan.
It
He's
sounds
already.
like I'm still echoing for some reason.
we can be heard. That's
Juan is best boy.
Yes, he didn't deserve that.
Yes, but you guys can be heard. Okay, so we
Cleo?
might just have to deal with me having echo voice for the stream until I can fix it, but
Cool.
at least we can hear everyone else.
Let me go ahead and
Alright.
refresh the Twitch channel because mine looks like it froze.
Alright. All right.
Oh yeah, it definitely froze.
What, it froze on your end?
Yeah, but yeah, I can see better now.
Okay. All right. So where were you? Were trying to heal. Okay. And taking care of everyone else.
trying to
all
keep the
the
people
other
back and
passengers.
heal them.
Yep. All right. So that's what you were doing.
Yes.
All right. Jacob. So now you see Fayelle running pretty much right at you, and she sees you, and she says, "Go, go, go!"
And he's gonna outstretch his hand. Well, frankly, he's not even. He's just gonna walk up and just wherever she. Okay, there
She's right there.
Just go, ha! Hello, and he's going to just grab like on the shoulder, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and with Hrim's movement, he is going to go up over this wall here on the outside.
Over
Back
which wall here?
Above ground. I can't do my flashlight, but you're close to it. Though that wall,
So you're gonna come back to this spot?
above it. So he's gonna come back and over the wall.
So like over this wall.
Yes,
Okay, so you're gonna end up like over here is what you're trying to
90 feet towards whatever direction the tavern is.
do. Okay.
Which you would
So
remember.
so you guys are gonna end up right around there, I'll say.
Cleo,
So
let me roll my saves for the other two that are in there.
mm-hmm.
Let's see how they fare here, guys. That's a
I
fail.
only have like 1 hit point.
Yeah.
That's a save.
I mean, they're
Okay.
dead.
I mean, you're right, but it's still fun to calculate.
Yeah.
All right. So up top, the rest of you, Zeroth, Diana, with Kaia in tow, are making your way back to the inn. And as you guys have been moving along, you now come to a point where you are looking down one of the streets going between the houses, and you see, kind of in the middle of the street, at a relatively decent-sized intersection, two figures all of a sudden pop into existence. As you see Jacob and Fayelle right there. They're about a good, I'll say 80 feet away from you.
Diana's just gonna go, oh, thank fuck.
That was not.
And then she is going to grab Kaia's hand and book it towards Jacob and Fayelle.
Okay. Alright, so you guys up top all managed to gather together. And what is your plan? Do you still plan on heading to the inn at this point in time?
It's
Yes.
Okay.
probably best head to the inn. Our good friend here, Zeroth, you take the front watch. I'll watch our backside. How you feeling, Fayella? Didn't really get to ask you that before we went.
Yep. And she's not even looking at you right now. She is staring at her sister for like a long moment, and then just runs and wraps her arm around her and squeezes her tight.
Oh, right. That. Okay. Anyways. Glad that.
I really appreciate the whole family reunion thing, but we need to go now.
And she looks at you and says, "Yes, of course. You're right. Let's go."
Right.
So you guys head off towards the end.
Indeed, I do.
Okay.
How many? Out of curiosity, for me, how many hit points does Fayelle have? Like, how fucked up does she look?
That's the wrong one. Zoom in.
That's a good question. She didn't get teleported.
Yes. She has more than half her hit points.
Okay.
She's good.
She's fine.
Ish.
Bad happened.
Ish.
You could have did better target
You were
practice.
worried for nothing.
If I could have got closer.
So, you guys head off towards the inn. Rhogar
I have
and
not looked
Eurydice.
at my spell.
You see... Oh, that's where that guy's hiding. Okay.
Can Eurydice run up to the group of people?
Yes. Yep,
Because I
absolutely.
don't like being so far behind.
Quick question. Is the thunder, like, does it originate from, like, where he is or where he lands?
Where he is. So you would hear
Oh.
the
Yeah.
thunder.
So we-
feet, and it's
I would know that sound.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
And so would Eurydice.
Yep.
So I think this is a good moment to enact our plan, Rhogar.
Yeah, I kind of glance over you and give you that, like, I'm trying to talk to you in your head thing.
Yeah, and then Eurydice knows, and she's just like, gotcha.
Thanks.
Okay.
And I'll just go to...
Well, first she goes
I'm
up to
looking for
Juan.
it.
And
Yeah.
she's like, oh my god, Juan, are you okay? Because she sees him covered in blood.
He says, "I'm fine. I'm fine." He looks
Jesus.
over at Rhogar and says, "I owe you my life. Thank you."
Oh. Should not befriend bad people. It's gonna hurt so bad.
And turn them to the light.
Oh, yeah.
And
Join the army.
Join my army.
and you, while that's going on, you guys see, Rhogar, you can currently see the doors that are open here, next to you on your left. As
Mhm.
you look in, that's where you see Ahriman. That is obviously his chambers.
Oh.
The door up ahead more on the left, that you see... come on, why isn't it working? There we go. It's being a pain. I hate it when it does that.
A big guard man's place.
Yeah, of course.
So we've got the emo, it's not a phase mom, and the
Big and scary.
yes, his Ermeron or whatever his name is now his name is now it's not a phase mom.
Mhm.
So glad he's out of space.
Ahriman is that's his room, and Lassius, the studded leather clad warrior that had been standing next to the dais, he comes out of the room that is further down ahead on the left, and as he is doing that, several members of the path that haven't been injured rush past him, and one of them saying, "It's a damn elf! She's back and she attacked us! We're after her!"
Eurydice is gonna call out, it's no use, they've teleported away. I know that spell, they're gone by now.
At which point Lassius yells at those that are running down and says, "Hold!" He moves back this way, he looks at you.
So nervous.
Eurydice
And
will
he
kind of
said-
like step up and if I can grab my character, she's gonna move beside Rhogar.
Okay.
Yeah, since I'm holding this dead guy.
Yeah. There we go. So, let's see if I can get these things to work. For some reason, the keyboard decided it's not playing nice. Maybe my battery died. I don't know.
Oh, goodness.
That would just happen to be something that would happen right now, but you know.
Yeah, that is the list
I
of things.
blasted. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I think the battery died. Nope. You can still type. Alright, so I don't know what's going on. Alright, so, yeah, there we go. Now it seems to be working. Alright. So he approaches you as you kind of step up next to Rhogar, and he goes, So you know of those kind of things?
Yeah, and I think I might know the person who cast that spell. If it's the spell I think it is.
Okay, then. He looks at you, looks at Rhogar, and says, Alright, then. I got a mission for you two.
Sure.
If you want to rise in the ranks, you have to prove yourselves over and over and over again.
Okay.
So here's what's going to happen. I want you out in the town tomorrow. I want you scouting about, and I want to see if I want you to pick up the trail of whoever, you know, got that damn elf out of here.
I can do you one better, bub. You know that big rock, the black rock thing you guys were looking for, and the volcano? I think I know where another piece of that is, and I think I've got a way to get in with the people who have it, and I can steal it for you.
You all of a sudden hear
Oh, God,
footsteps from your left
Oh no.
as
We're definitely gonna
Aramon comes out of his room.
He's phased through the door on my screen. It's hilarious.
Yes, now the door's open on mine.
Information mess with his brain.
Yes. But he, there we go. He walks through up to you, and he stands there right next to you, and he just looks at you for a little bit.
Oh, there's nothing I can do to help if he tries anything.
And he says, "You've found another piece?" I couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I saw your mouth move, and I was like, "Oh crap! Did we lose her sound?" So he goes, "Interesting." He looks at Lassius and he says, "There are two tasks then. Find the elf and whoever helped her escape, and retrieve this other piece."
I mean, with the way I'm thinking of stealing it, it might take a little while. Because I plan to gain their trust to let them hand it over to me willingly and come back to you guys.
Give me a persuasion check.
Since she's 5 feet next to me, could I look up and be like, I can protect her and try to give the help action?
Please.
Okay, so if you're helping, then you roll with advantage. So roll your persuasion with advantage. Also, just as a note for everyone,
There's a lot of advantages.
there's a lot of advantages right now. Basically, there. Just a regular what?
Right, just a 20.
20. A dirty 20. Okay.
Yep.
So right now, everyone except Diana currently has advantage because she used the one she had from last stream, and the rest of these are like holdovers from last stream. But everyone else, including myself, has advantage. So, all right. So a dirty 20. So he sits there, and actually, I am gonna have him. Oops, wrong button. There we go. I'm gonna have him roll insight.
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
This will be fun.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, what was it?
He looks at both of you for a moment. Looks to Lassius. Looks back to you. Says, "We can be patient, but we need that.
Of course.
And I want the elf by tomorrow night."
Got it. Do you want her head, or do you want her alive?
Alive. As this really unsettling grin creases his face when he says those words.
Got it.
You actually, both of you even, kind of get just a little shiver down your spines as you see the obvious glee that this guy has thinking about what he's going to do to Fayelle.
Okay. Fun information.
Okay.
I'll just keep tending to the wounds of people.
Okay.
I'm just like, I got this.
So, Aramon then heads back into his room, and if I can actually find them.
Why gotta be so scary? Kind of attractive. Scary attractive.
He's a scary.
And the
My favorites.
both sets of double doors leading to his room close. Okay. I don't know why it's acting all funky
Touch the
right now.
door.
Okay.
Didn't even touch it. It just closed on its own.
It's like he's got strange magic.
Okay. Alright, so the other members of the path, those that are not injured then, kind of dispersed to various locations. The Juan and the other two that are injured,
Mm-hmm.
they hang around you as you are tending to their wounds. The one member that is dead, one of the other members of the path, picks up his body and carts him off down a hall. And Lassius stands before you guys, and he says, "Keep doing what you're doing," as he looks at you, Rhogar, while you're tending the wounds. But when you're finished, both of you get some rest, and then I suggest you get on this mission pronto.
As you command.
Okay?
Ulysses will do a little salute.
Bow my head. Tending wounds.
Do they have a dumb salute?
We come around dumb salute.
Every creature in this group has a dumb salute.
Yep. No, he looks at you, and he goes, "There's the dumb salute."
Yeah.
You can't see it in Discord. I just flipped you the bird.
Oh no, I can tell.
Oh.
No, he there is no salute or anything like that. He just kind of nods his head a little bit and heads back into his room.
Hey.
And the doors close. And the other members of the path are just, like I said, they're dispersed, they're gone. You take some time. You finish bandaging up the wounds
Yeah.
of the wounded.
Eurydice will help with that.
Okay.
Thank you.
And if you want to use, if you have any other healing spells and you want to use them, feel free. You do whatever you can, I imagine.
Yeah, I burnt everything.
Okay. And all of them are feeling much better. And Juan actually is feeling well enough. He shows you guys to a room where you can stay. And
so kind.
both of you find yourselves in this room here. And they say, yep, go ahead and there's no door because I deleted it just because it wasn't open.
You don't need.
You have a door.
Yep.
We don't trust you yet. You get to sleep.
Yep, with no door.
No door.
No door.
Oh, man, keep hold door.
But that's where they basically leave you for the evening. Okay. The rest of you topside, you manage to make your way back to the hotel.
All right.
The inn, hotel, whatever you want to call it. And you find, your rooms for the evening. Is there anything you guys want to do before you go to bed?
Well, should I check on the other two to make sure they're, well, at least alive?
We should also probably take shifts.
Well, I'm pretty tapped. I can do this thing and then I can sleep. And then I'll be the last shift, basically. But I would need to sleep the full time. I wouldn't be able to wake up in the middle of it. If that is
because we just broke somebody out of essentially jail of a giant evil organization, so I don't think we got off scotch-free.
Well, you never really do with those kind of things.
So I really don't think it's a good idea for all of us to be asleep at the same time.
Well, like I said, I'm fine with either taking the first watch or the last watch. You can decide amongst yourselves between the next. And
Zeroth? Because
I'll take watch when I need to take watch. I don't care.
Then can you take the middle?
Sure.
And Jacob, you can take last. I'll stay awake with them. I don't have very much magic left, but...
Fayelle looks at you guys and says, looks at you, Jacob, and says, you just rest. I'll take that watch.
he just, all right. Sounds like a plan. He's starting to pull out his copper wire. And getting ready to use a 4th level spell slot. So there's a little extra flair and magic to the normal use of sending. Ooh.
Yes, you actually have a full 4 bars
Yeah.
with this one.
It's full connection. I can speak 30 words, not 25. No, it's 25. And it's going to go to Eurydice.
Okay.
Luckily, I don't have to choose where they are. There's there. If they're on the plane. Hey, got Fayelle. I'm sure you heard.
Asshole.
What's the plan? Where are you and Rhogar? Are you safe?
You have 6 more words.
Winky face, winky face, winky face.
What does...
The
I'm
fox
trying to
guy?
remember what the phrase is. Yeah,
YOLO?
Thank you. What does YOLO mean exactly?
You can respond to 25 words or less.
Okay. Let's see if I can do this.
If you can't get all of it, we'll meet up in the day. Because I can send a message saying, we'll just talk about it.
Okay. Here we go. In path hideout. That's 3 words.
Yep.
Okay.
Will explain tomorrow.
All right.
YOLO means you only live once.
All right.
Go kiss Diana.
You still have 10 words left.
Oh man, you might burn it.
You can literally just say anything. Any of your next 10 words will go through the message.
I know, I'm thinking of what words to say.
Is that it? Am I done? Did I do it right?
Or even like just having a conversation with Rhogar. I just
Yeah.
So Rhogar, how's your day going? Oh,
Rhogar says hi.
there we
Cool.
Well, there's like
All right.
some more words in that, but I don't know.
Okay, so, is there anything else?
She also adds, "See you later, dumbass."
Okay. Okay. All right. So for those in the inn, anything else you want to accomplish this evening, or say, or do this evening before you go to bed?
That was all Jacob's gonna do.
Okay. Zeroth.
Alright. I think Zeroth's good. Probably just gonna eat.
Okay. Diana.
Diana's probably going to check over the sisters because she's taking the first watch.
Okay.
So she's just gonna check over the sisters, make sure they're okay. Help Kaia get cleaned up a bit, give her some of her spare clothes.
Okay. And she thanks you. She's very appreciative of that. But she says that if you could just place them there, I'll change into them when I'm done. As she is tending to her sister's wounds and removing the 2 crossbow bolts from Fayelle's back. And then at which point you see her pull up that that kind of amulet pendant, which, now actually seeing in person as opposed to kind of getting the description and going off of it, what it looks like is a nice circle of silver with kind of like a little crescent over the top of it. And are you proficient in religion?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
I'm proficient literally in everything.
Yeah.
I have at least half proficiency.
Yeah, bards and rogues, skill monkeys. So yeah, you recognize it, especially after, and make the connection that, oh, that's the symbol of Saloon. As Kaia takes this pendant, or this amulet, and kind of holds onto it, closes her eyes for a moment, and you hear her muttering some words kind of under her breath in hushed tones, and then places one of her hands directly on one of the 2 crossbow bolt wounds in her sister's back. And you see a glow that looks almost like bright moonlight coming from between her palm and her sister's back. And it lasts for a few moments and then fades. And as she removes her hand, the wound is closed and healed. And she does it again to the other one. And then takes some simple bandages for the small slashes across the Fayelle's back that she got from the daggers. And says, "You can live with these. You've had worse." And then after she's finished with that, she gratefully and graciously takes the clothes you've offered her, changes them, and just, finds a place to lay down. And just closes her eyes for a bit. Alright, so if that's it for everyone in the inn, is there anything you two still in the hideout wish to do before you call it an evening?
I'll take a few minutes before I go to sleep. I know me and my celestial that resides inside me haven't had a talk in a while, so I'll spend a few moments to try to commune with them
Eurydice is just kind of watching Rhogar like, what the fuck is he doing?
I'm reaching out to my my angel daddy. You have a demon daddy. I don't know if he's actually an angel or it's an angel. I shouldn't assume it's gender either. Probably doesn't even have one.
Can you have a good relationship with your warlock patron?
Oddly enough, I get random dreams. That's how they communicate with me. Just random dreams.
See,
I
I can
interpret.
do things, and
Oh.
usually that involves killing people or stealing information.
Yeah. I mean, I have to, extinguish Palor's light, but kind of do that as I please. I mean, I do it every day.
You gotta do it to keep the power.
Yeah, that's fun. And then I'll head to bed.
Okay. Alright, so what we are going to do at this time is all of you go to sleep. And you wake up in the morning and you have all had a long rest. So make sure you get yourselves the benefits of long rest on D&D Beyond.
Spells.
Yes. And
That's
let's see,
something
what
I
time
just
is
got
it?
rid of my
And we are going to take
Son of
a 10-minute break because you are all now level 9. So take the time to level yourselves up on D&D Beyond.
I need my
Grab a
fucking
quick bathroom
laptop.
break, and then we will be right back.
Alrighty.
All right.
Could she change her illusion into the shape of the fox?
Hmm.
Whoa.
Oop.
Oh, there she goes.
Oh, we back.
We lost your video there, Diana.
We lost the call completely. Looks like he's going to figure out what it was.
Hmm.
But I think the question ultimately came down to just, hey, if she were to take Mislead, could she use it as, could she use the illusion as, the fox?
I want to attack someone now.
I want to attack someone now.
Did that fix it?
Yes, you're back.
Okay, what's the last thing you heard?
Yes,
Did
you
that-
asked about mislead.
Yeah, so because of how because she herself is the blah 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 with the foxy who's a what's it. If I were to take Mislead, can she turn her double into a fox?
I would have to say no because it's one of those spells where you cast
says
it and it doubles
I can make
you.
it behave in whatever way I choose.
Right,
Okay.
you can't make it use abilities though.
So, this is gonna be fun for me because for my to hit plus stuff, it's a +9 for all my finesse stuff. So
Plus 9 for all my spell attacks. I definitely feel you there.
So no, unfortunately, it's one of those things where the way it looks is it's kind of like a copy of you. Let me just double check it though to see the specific wording on it because that might change how I rule this.
10.
I have some.
8 hours to cast?
Yeah, I don't think Mislead takes 8 hours to cast.
No.
I'm
it
looking at
does-
something else.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds
you
misleading.
yeah, you'll be there all day.
Yep. There are some crazier spells that may be 8 hours to cast.
Let's see, necrotic shroud. I really want to be able to use my frickin' moves.
Yeah.
The awakened
Unfortunately,
beast or plant is charmed by you for 30 days.
Yep. Unfortunately, by the way, I'm reading that spell. I'm gonna say that you couldn't do that unless you found a way to be able to cast the spell while you were in your fox form. So
You need to double into sorcerer. Get subtle spells. Then you don't need to talk anymore.
Opponent's right.
Let's see once again, just to make sure.
I mean, I could get fucking dominate
It requires
person.
somatic components, so that's hand gestures and things like that.
Little paw gestures.
Specific hand gestures that typically
I mean,
require
the only
fingers.
thing we've talked about is the only thing she can't do is voice spells. So.
Well, yes, but she also.
We've talked about this before already.
You'll have to refresh my memory later on it. We'll have to go over it again, but you're probably right. We probably did already discuss that at some point in the past, but we can revisit it later. I'm just gonna say, for now, just for the rest of this session, we're gonna leave it as if you're in fox form and you cast it that way, then yes, it would be in fox form. If you're in
Back in.
If you're in human form, then it would be in human form.
I don't. Yeah, dominate person's kind of.
I'm
Oh
Eurydice.
yeah, that's a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, if the target takes damage, it has to make another Wisdom saving throw. If it fails, it's still under the. Ooh.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing you don't want to do is, it's like sleep. You cast sleep on people and get them to go to sleep. You don't want to go over there and immediately smack the one that just fell asleep, because then they'll wake up.
Depending
I mean,
on
I
if you're
can.
a rogue assassin and it surprises them, it's there are things you can do.
I'll burn so many spell slots just to kill them instantly.
If you technically made people fall asleep, though, wouldn't you get an advantage on attack?
Oh yeah, you do. And they're technically considered incapacitated, so if you hit, it's a critical.
Yep.
But if they don't die, they wake up automatically.
Yeah. That critical is gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a
Jeez,
plus
is
7
kinda
now
cool.
for rolling my hit die.
I'm still a plus
Nice.
6, but all my spells are like
I
plus 8.
think I'm gonna take dominate person because that is
It's a very good
is
spell.
spiffy.
It's a very good spell.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like
All
something
right.
a bard should know already.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm looking at. Is like she can do so much shit,
Yeah.
especially because it only takes an action to cast rather
Yep.
than.
10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
However, I can only hold it for a minute. But
Yeah, but a lot of times
that's
all
still
you
6
need.
turns in battle.
That's 10 turns.
10 turns. 10
10.
turns.
My bad. I can't add.
That's all right.
Okay,
Math.
tonight. You're
Math.
Meth?
Yeah,
Meth,
I'm
yeah.
gonna take
Something like that.
dominate person. I really
Okay.
like that.
It's a good one.
Alrighty.
All right, so, and you guys can continue kind of tweaking your characters to 9th level if you haven't finished up by now.
I'm
But
done.
all right, but what I would like to do now is
I'm just sad I
Warning as
didn't get
usual.
anything for level 9 as a bard in of itself.
yeah,
It happens.
it's just how it is. But
It's a
it is
part
now
of
morning
life.
time. It is now morning, and you guys wake up.
Or do you need it open?
You should leave it open for now.
Okay.
In fact, hold on. I'm gonna leave you two because you two are on that map, and you two were the. Actually, no, Jacob, you were over on this one. So, yeah. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna do this real quick. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So, you guys are now yoink right there. Okay, so everyone who is above ground right now,
Whenever it loads.
yes, you are waking up at the inn, And is there anything you guys would like to do today?
All right.
Yes. Yes, there is. Sorry, I muted myself again.
Before we head around, you mentioned before, last night. Frankly, since we kind of broke you out, assuming that everyone is kind of like in a meeting spot at this point with Fayelle and can't believe I can't remember the name. I feel bad.
Kaia.
Thank you. With Fayelle and Kaia. I'm gonna write that down so I have it.
It is Kaia.
Thank you.
No Y.
No Y. It's not Kaia, it's Kaia.
Gotcha. There we go. All right, it's there.
Are there two Eurydices, or are you reusing
Nope.
one character?
There's only so many miniatures
Not
that
a
are
kayak.
currently available.
You're right.
The
If
one that
you-
has the white circle around it is
Yep.
mine. And
Yeah, if you hold down tab, you'll see that one of them is Kaia.
Got it. And I like how the horses are named Horse and Horse.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
Horse and horse.
Are they
But
related?
as we kind of broke you out, and frankly, Fayelle, I'm assuming you have been caught when you ran into me. They are probably going to look for what we look like.
It's why I was actually going to suggest putting them in disguises and trying to get them out of the city immediately.
Well, I can make all of us look different.
Why do I not like the sound of that?
I can shift the way that your clothing and what race, as well as the roughly the size that you are, depending on some factors.
Diana's going to immediately go, "Can you make me a Goliath?" And she's gonna sound like so excited about it.
I mean, you'll be a very short Goliath.
God damn it. Can you make me a male Goliath?
I mean, I could.
The things I could learn.
Like I
Oh,
said,
jeez.
you can just be very. Either way, I can transform all of us.
I can
Okay,
just,
I
can just
have-
see the dick joke wheel spinning in your mind right now.
That's immediately what her mind went to, is I can see how
Yes.
big their dick is.
Yes.
But as he's just shaking his head in the other room. But no, Diana's gonna think about it. It's like, well, I already have more than enough gold I planned on giving them to help them get back home. We just need to get them out of the city, like, yesterday.
All right. I'm gonna need everyone in the room to just wait a second, and okay. And he is going to start casting that brand new spell there.
Okay.
He's gonna cast Seeming
All right.
on everyone.
Okay. So,
He is
what are you making everyone look like?
okay. Roughly, how tall are Fayelle and Kaia?
They're like
Wait, not
5.
roughly. My intuition would know exactly how tall they are.
So, Fayelle's actually about an eighth of an inch taller than Kaia.
Eighth of an inch.
Yeah, she is. According to your astute observation, she seems to be 5'3" and 3/8 inches, whereas Kaia is 5'3" and 1/4 inch.
Cool. They're both dropping down a foot in their height. And both of them will be turned into a male and female dwarf.
Okay. Okay, so that's what they look like. What
Specific
about the
clothes,
rest of
you know,
you?
just standard kind of.
Diana's just gonna point at Jacob and go, "If you turn me into a fucking tiefling, I'm breaking your dick."
What? Shush. He is going to turn Zeroth into a. He's going to make him a foot taller and turn him into a big, scary. Let's go with a brass dragonborn.
Oh god.
Okay.
With like standard kind of the similar armor to what Sacris was wearing, just without the religious symbols with it.
Okay.
And then he's gonna turn himself into a same size. He doesn't really care. And will change himself into a tiefling with a purplish hue to his skin and just silver hair-ish, and because he can also change trim, he's gonna change trim into he's gonna make Frem one size taller, a foot taller than he normally is.
Okay.
And it's just gonna turn him into an eagle.
Okay.
Just cause. And then it's going to turn Diana, same height, into a wood elf woman with like almost jet black hair and then like standard ranger attire.
Okay. All right then.
And that's what everyone looks like now.
Okay.
Diana's just gonna like flick the tips of her ears and go, "This is very weird, and I am not used to this, and everything sounds quiet."
So, the thing is, you can still kind of feel yourself, and don't be worried, because if you try to physically touch any of you guys, you will be able to tell what it is.
So we just...
Yeah, it's an illusion, a very, very good and complex illusion, but it is an illusion.
Why a tiefling? Why'd you go with the tiefling?
I don't know. You wouldn't expect a human to be a tiefling.
You wouldn't expect a human to be an elf either.
Well, elves are more common.
Stop the little squirrel.
So the wedge-tail eagle is what Rin is going to be sitting at.
Okay. All right.
Somewhere far, far away. Denial!
Thunder's like, what are you doing?
So now,
Exactly.
so now that you have...
Just like, why do you have that cough?
It just never goes away, does it?
It doesn't.
So now
No.
that you have your good disguises all set, what are you guys doing?
We can't use the docks to get them on a boat to get them out of here, so we probably need to get them on a caravan of sorts. I could ask around a few taverns to see if maybe there might be another branch of gypsy caravans that might have passed through here recently.
Couldn't they just, like, leave, though?
Yeah, Fayelle says, if we can just get some good horses,
Oh, see, no.
we can get the hell out of here.
All right, to the stables.
How
Yeah.
good is your accents?
I don't speak dwarf, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, well, I meant, can you
Fake
mock
it?
dwarf? Can you, like, dwarf speak?
The
Not
accent.
necessarily the language,
Oh,
but just the accent.
Okay, I suppose I can try.
And make it as guttural as possible.
I need some ale and a miner's pick and grr.
Diana's just gonna start giggling because she's like, grr. Rawr.
So,
How's that?
Try a little deeper, Like, instead of bringing it from your throat, bring it from your diaphragm.
Okay. Being a bard, you know very much about pitch and intonation, and you would see that try as she might, she can maybe get like a quarter octave lower than her normal speaking voice, and that's about it. She's normally speaks like this, and she can maybe speak a little bit more like this, and that's about it.
Just have them not speak.
So yeah, just be mute, and have your
Yes.
wife do all the talking.
That might be preferable.
Well, Kaia, do you speak more Dwarvish or?
Kaia looks over at you. Do you speak Dwarvish?
I do.
Then you hear her say, in very clear, perfect Dwarven accent, that, of course I do. I was trained well. My sister, on the other hand, did not prefer books. She preferred physical activities.
Diana's gonna point at Kaia and go, I am so glad we saved you.
I'm
Jacob,
glad you saved
I
me
like
as
this
well.
one.
Is she speaking Dwarvish or?
Oh
is
yeah,
she
no. She's
in an
speaking Dwarvish,
Okay.
and it's an.
Oh, I
it's
thought you
perfect.
said Dwarven accent.
Oh no, she's
Hence why I was
speaking.
like,
Yeah, no, she's speaking in Dwarvish with a perfect Dwarven accent. I mean, it's like, it's on point. She's
still gonna say
fluent.
she likes this one.
Yeah.
Jacob's just going to respond back in Dwarvish and his kind of like, his dialect mess ups with it because, frankly, it's an accent that you can't get rid of no matter what language you speak.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good. I'm a book studier myself, so I get it.
Oh, don't fall in love.
So you do and he'll speak in common. So you'll do the talking. You'll stand there menacingly as you can. I know you're probably not used to it. By the way, your heads are still a foot, normal head height. So if I'm looking up at you, I'm actually looking at you, not, it's complicated.
So you're not staring at my breasts.
Diana was actually about to point
can't
out,
see.
so you're technically not looking at their boobs?
I am blind, so technically I'm not looking at anyone.
Hasn't stopped you before.
So, anyways, you guys, stables, I have a nice old lady to meet with this thing, and he holds up a wrapped piece of paper, basically.
Wait, so we don't have to be next to you to maintain this?
Nope.
And, okay, so quick question. What happens if you have to use your other magic?
Nothing. It'll stay up.
It's not concentration.
It'll be up for 8 hours, so make the most of what you can.
She's like, alright, I will take Fayelle and her sister and head to the stables to get them out. Especially because I have the gold.
Smart.
Okay.
Zeroth, what's your plan?
Don't actually have a plan. Wasn't expecting to be walking around as a 9-foot dragonborn.
Good point. Do you want to come with us, or do you want to go with the fucking tiefling?
Well, because you have such animosity towards it, I'll go towards him.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so Jacob and Zeroth, you're heading over to the woman's shop that was selling, some magical scrolls and parchment and inks and things like that, and some small trinkets.
Mm-hmm.
And Diana, you are joining Fayelle and Kaia in an attempt to get them to the stables, get some horses, and hopefully get them safely on their way. So, Rhogar and Eurydice.
Yes.
You wake up this morning, and what is your plan?
Well, I think first we go into the dining hall and eat.
Oh yes, breakfast.
We make sure Juan is okay and he's feeling better because he's a dear friend of ours.
Yeah.
He seems to be. He's a little sore. You can kind of just tell by the way he moves a little bit stiffly. But other than that, he seems in decent spirits and to be, in not too much pain.
Mm.
And he immediately sits down at a table next to you guys, as well as Hector does as well.
Oh, good.
Our friends are here.
Yay!
Yeah.
And
Sit down.
and Hector says, "So what are you guys up to today?"
Well, we've got to track down the elf that escaped yesterday, and now we've got to track down the party that we know who has the piece of the blackest heart.
Yeah.
Oh, that's,
Those fools will never see it coming.
I thought I heard rumors that you guys were being tasked with that. Pretty interesting. Newbies getting a mission like that?
Yeah, well, we kind of know them, so
Yeah.
Really?
it's
disgusting.
Don't get.
Interesting. I'd love to see the look on their faces when you pull one over on them. Then.
Let me see if I know any spells where I can take a photograph. Yeah, maybe I'll just cut one of their faces off and then I can bring it back.
For a paladin, I actually like you.
For a paladin, you're
I
kind of.
mean,
Most paladins I've come across really uptight. You're not like that at all.
no.
Nice.
Rules are meant to be broken. That's,
Both Hector and Juan start laughing out loud, and Juan's like, don't make me laugh, man.
You're just gonna gently pat his back, just trying to soothe him. Like, oh, watch out for yourself.
I'm examining it, and I'm like, okay.
He's like, okay, just don't make me laugh, man. Oh.
Jeez, I'm so sorry.
So, what do you guys do then? What do you do next?
We head out into town, and we
Time to
look
go.
for Jacob.
Good luck.
Oh, God.
Okay. So you guys are head.
I'll look to Eurydice, and as we're once we're out of the layer, I'll say we'll just start sending out those messages. Maybe he'll pick up on the signal.
Yeah. So Eurydice is gonna start doing messages, which is like, "Hello, Jacob. Can you hear me?"
Okay. How often are you doing these, and when are you starting to do them?
She's doing it as soon as they get far enough away from the base, like no one will really freak out that she's messaging someone.
And where in town are you heading? Anywhere in particular, or just randomly kind of moving over?
I guess we should head.
The market seems like the most likely place that they'll be, other than the inn.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement.
Okay, so you start heading towards the market, is what you said? Okay. So you're a little ways away when you're at the docks.
Doing it every couple minutes.
Yeah, so you're a little ways away at the docks. It actually takes you a decent amount of time to be walking over towards the market. But as you get closer and closer, eventually, and what's the range on that? 120, I believe?
Yep, 120 feet.
120 feet. Once you get to kind of the edge of the market,
get a ping.
The next time you send out a message, Jacob, you hear the following. What's your message?
Jacob, can you hear me? Please respond ASAP. Go kiss Diana.
The new plan.
That's
Really
new.
pushing for this.
It used to be denial, and now it's just go kiss Diana.
We have things to do. We don't have time for kissing.
We have things to do. We
Pressure
don't
always
worry about
works.
this.
Peer pressure.
Okay, well, now here, I'm gonna make an amendment to this just a little bit because I have been not doing this quite right for the message spell. I've been kind of blending message and sending, and that's I looked it up to make sure because, but basically, the message spell, you kind of point your finger toward a creature within range and whisper the message, and the target and only the target hears that message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear. You can cast through solid objects if you are familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier. Magical silence, however, 1 foot worth of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood block the spell. So, like if...
This whole time we shouldn't have been able to be using it.
Basically. Definitely not while you were underground. There's no way the message would have gotten that far. But, hey, that was my bad. It just was what it was. So
Now she can't do that.
Yeah, unfortunately she can't do that unless she just kind of
Just
looks...
I'm pointing in a direction. I'm pointing in a direction. I'm choosing a direction, and I'm just deciding that that's the direction I'm sending it. And then eventually, I will get it right.
Just one problem. There's a lot of houses around.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. I would say that Eurydice is smart enough that she understands the extent and the capabilities of that spell. And all of you spellcasters, your characters understand the spells better than I do, and necessarily, and better than you guys do, because they know how to use them and what they can do. So Eurydice would actually know how to use that message spell effectively, and would do things like, okay, here's like an alleyway down through the markets. Okay, I'm going to point down this alleyway because if Jacob is anywhere down this alleyway within 120 feet and I whisper, that's gonna get him. If I think he's maybe in a building, I'm gonna probably look in the building, just like peek through the window or something first. Or if I think, okay, this is a small building and maybe he's, you're gonna try to use it to best effect.
You're gonna look like a crackhead muttering to themselves constantly.
Yes.
Rhogar's just talking, like, just nonchalantly, just like, blah, 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 blah. We're just holding a conversation.
Make me look insane.
Yeah, I will say, so are you going to continue to, try every couple minutes, even while you're in the market?
I'll look to Eurydice real quick. Do you want me to draw attention? I could cast light on something and just scream. We'll just go around screaming.
Sure. Let's just get everyone's attention.
Yeah, I'm pretty amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna what should I
Maybe they'll find us.
Yeah. We'll stand out. I will mage hand my I'll cast light onto my holy symbol, and then I'll mage hand it 30 feet into the air.
Nice.
And just wave it around as I'm screaming for Jacob and party.
Okay.
We are looking for Jacob and party. Oh, they're definitely gonna know your name now. We're being followed.
Oh yeah, Eurydice wants to make sure that they're not being followed.
Okay, and how are you going to do that?
When she's not muttering the spell, she's gonna look around and
Passively look around?
passively look around because she's got passively look around because she's got a passive perception of 26 now. So
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So we'll see. We'll see if anyone is following you.
I hope not.
I just love the fact that I have a passive investigation of 19.
Same. It's pretty fun.
I have a passive
21.
investigation of 9. Not teen, but 9.
I've got a 10.
21.
I've got a 10.
You know, for being such a big guy, I have a -1 in intimidation and deception. And performance and persuasion. For being such a big guy, I'm not very scary.
Well, here's the thing. I need to change that on your character sheet for you. There are some kind of alternate schools of thought on this. Because intimidation is considered charisma. However, there's argument that say, hey, what if you're just like huge and strong and everything? Excuse me. Couldn't that be intimidating? And I tend to ascribe to that school of thought. So I am going to change your on your sheet after the stream. I will change your intimidation stat to actually pull off of strength.
Yeah, you want to know something really fun that I just learned out?
You're about to become intimidating as fuck.
If you want to tie a knot and like you need a skill check from Jeremy or whatever his name is, it is a sleight of hand but intelligence based. Did not know that. I've always done survival. I was like, oh well.
How is tying a knot sleight of hand?
It's just you're moving your hands, and then it's in the intelligence because you're trying to remember how to tie the knot.
I would still think that's survival, though.
I mean, have you ever tied your shoe? Have you survived after tying your shoe?
Really, babe?
Technically, well, if you look at survival, there's nothing, like, you can follow tracks. There's nothing here that's like, tie a knot. It's like, hey, this isn't just normal.
I just tied one right now. My bunny ears are on point.
That's how you get it to be survival. You're tracking the bunny ears.
Exactly.
You're tracking the bunny ears!
I gotcha.
Aha.
Alright, so...
Ba-boing, ba-boing, ba-boing.
Okay, so... You guys are kind of at the edges of the market, of like the open air market. And all of a sudden,
oh God,
you mage hand your holy symbol with light on it up into the air and start shouting that you're looking for Jacob. I do have a question for Jacob.
Yes.
Is Hrim in eagle form currently on his shoulder, or is he flying around?
He'd be like up in the air. He wouldn't be on my shoulder at this current point in time.
Okay. So you are probably kind of having to hold on to Zeroth's arm a little bit because you're getting a top-down perspective and trying to walk and navigate around to this shop in the market area.
Well, for the most part, he kind of gets it. After all, that perfect memory.
Oh yeah, did Eurydice
Yeah.
find out if they were being followed?
Yes, I forgot to announce that to you. So, and hold on, I need to give Jacob his Hrim.
It's somewhere. I know it's here. There it is.
Oh, you found it?
It's a giant bad boy. It's over by where the other ones are, so I'm just going to move it.
Oh, you found him. Good. Okay, you found the actual
one over there.
Alright. Well, I was actually going to put him where you guys are.
I was just moving him over there for the time being.
There, and get rid of this, because it'll be easier to move him, because I can just do this. So he's kind of up here in the air. So, two things. Jacob, I need a perception check. And then Eurydice. You have noticed that ever since you left, there was definitely someone who has been shadowing you guys.
Is it only one person?
As far as you can tell, yes. But you're not sure who. They are definitely staying back a ways. And they're not trying to get very close, but they definitely want to keep an eye on where you're going.
Eurydice is gonna lean to Rhogar and be like, we got someone following us. I'm gonna deal with them real quick. You get Jacob's attention.
Yeah, it'll be pretty easy.
And then she's gonna, like, go off into, like, an alley and see if they follow her.
Okay. So, you kind of peel off into one of the alleyways?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you want to peel off into the open-air market walkways, or are you trying to go down more of a smaller, dark alleyway type thing?
Smaller, dark alleyway.
Okay, so you would actually end up kind of slipping between some of the stalls on the other side of the street and then heading down between one of the alleys. And are you able to see yourselves?
Yes.
You're right there? Okay, good. So, that is where you go. Now, by doing such, you have, broken the line of sight between you and this person, so you can't see immediately if the person who's trailing you, has noticed that and is moving. So you're gonna have to wait and see.
Can I make sure that he's seen me move?
Oh yeah, you made it obvious that where you went.
Okay.
It was obvious, but you couldn't tell if he reacted to that because as soon as you kind of went behind the building and between them and into the alley, you lost a line of sight on where he was. So he could have kind of just waited, kept his cool, and moved, or he could just be really oblivious and not even noticed you moved, even though you made it obvious. You're not sure. You're not sure yet. So
he's either a dumbass or he just is slow.
Or he's slow, or he's
not taking the bait.
You don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I can take him out easily if he wants to fuck.
Huh?
What?
Wait a second.
Like for dinner?
No, with my sword. I want to use my freaking.
Did you say if he wants to fight or wants to fuck?
No, he said the latter.
Yeah, wants to fuck with me. I have Divine Smite and Eldritch Smite. I want to use this.
Continue the phrase rather than stopping at.
I have a 9 intelligence.
It's fine. It's fine. So, you make your move, Eurydice, and now you're waiting to see if the one shadowing you responds and reacts. Rhogar, you've noticed that a lot of people have turned their attention to your distraction because it's quite a big distraction, quite a big display. You got a what?
12.
A 12.
Yep.
Even with the advantage.
Yep.
Wow.
Bro, I'm about to kill him.
Okay, so.
I'm gonna hit him.
No.
You know where he is.
I'll just start hitting all birds in the air.
You don't actually notice anything through Groom's eyes. But that's you're currently busy. And you and Zeroth, if you're going to follow him the whole time, Zeroth, you end up walking into the shop that you're there to deliver the scroll to. Now, Diana.
Yes.
you and the twins
He.
Yes. There we go. You and the twins make your way down towards the main western gate where the stables are. And while you are down there, actually, let's do it this way because it's just.
Hey, he
easier.
made me a female wood elf, right?
I don't know.
no.
You have to ask him.
I remember the wood elf with black. Yeah, no, he did because he said, "I'm still gonna keep you as a chick. It's just you're gonna be a wood elf with black hair now."
Okay, so let me find there.
Maybe you're just a dude with very long black hair.
I mean, a wood elf can get it regardless of the race, but still.
And all right, there we go. So
Depends on your charisma.
there we go. So you, Fayelle, and Kaia are are now down at the stables near the main gate, which are actually kind of off to the side a little bit, corner. And you see there's plenty of good horses there and stuff like that, and the attendant there is like, yes, what can I do for you?
Hi, I need 2 horses for my friends here because they're going to be leaving the city and heading out to go home.
Okay.
So they need to be able to travel long distances and actually hold a
Oh.
fair amount of supplies.
Oh, so you need to buy, not rent.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's take a look. And he starts showing you several horses that you're going through, and he starts kind of going through it, and he says, "All right, so the best I can do for you is this one here and that one there. I can let these go for about 150 total. They're good horses. They're decent. They're just they're a little bit older, so so you're not going to they're not going to be around for a super long time. So it's not like a long-term investment. So that's why I can go down to 150 total. If if you want a little bit younger horse, one that your friends here can can have for a long time and consider it more an investment and horses that they can keep with them for many, many years, that's going to cost you a little bit more.
She's going to turn to the 2 dwarves and look down towards the illusion rather than where she knows their faces are going to be because she's used to their height.
Yeah.
She's just coming up off the fly going to say, Farron, Kaia, which of the 2 would you rather just get it over with, or would you like to keep them for a long term? Not Kaia, fucking Karen. Farron and Karen.
Karen.
Karen and Karen.
Karen and Karen. Karen and Karen. I would like to speak to the horse manager, damn it. All right.
Somewhere, Eurydice notices that someone has said Karen. She just shudders. For no particular
Karen
reason.
So Kaia actually turns to you and says in perfect Dwarven.
I don't know Dwarven.
In perfect Dwarven, she says to you
Words.
a whole bunch of words, and intermixed with that, you catch her slip in some common, and slipping in with a Dwarven accent, the words short term, but not at the same time, like short term. With other Dwarven words mixed around. You figure that she is trying to come off as not really being able to speak common, so she doesn't have to say much. And that neither does her sister.
Diana's going to nod and then turn back to the horse keeper. It's like, we'll take the older ones. Do I just pay for them now and go on my way?
Yeah, pretty much.
And she's going to gesture for the twins to go over to the horse, but then she's going to pull the stable hand to the side to speak to him privately. And, she's, just to be on the safe side, going to say, and I might have to roll persuasion for this, I'm not sure, going to say, you said they were only 150 altogether?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I'll
it.
give you 350 if you pretend we weren't here.
I never saw you guys.
Perfect. And she will give him 350 gold.
Okay. He happily takes it. Takes 150 out of it. And puts that in a separate bag. And puts that down. Then takes the 200 and kind of slips that in like a pocket. So he's got now this pocket that's bulging with a sack of 200 worth of gold in it. And he's like, all right.
And she's going to ask the stable hand, how close is the nearest town to gather supplies if we weren't to grab them in the city?
You will have to wait a moment as I pull up my map. All right. Bing and maps. Map.
It's the map.
It's the map. The nearest town to where you guys are currently at, if I can get this to move properly, there we go. He says, well, it depends what direction you're going, but if you head to the east, there's Hillvale. It's about day and a half journey to the east. North, well, you could take one of the barges instead of the horses and go down the river. We got there's a large city down there, Lorien. And then of course you go upriver, you can get to Rivenstone, but there's some other cities and stuff around near Rivenstone, but I wouldn't really worry about them. If you're heading that direction, you might as well just stop in Rivenstone anyway. You're going to be able to get anything you want there. Really, though, if you're heading west, I think there's a town something like 7 days out that way, but other than that, it's pretty barren that way. So, really, it just depends on where you're headed.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
She's going to walk back over to the twins and relay that information to them and say, can you manage yourselves until you get to one of the towns? And
they kind of take the horses and they walk with you kind of away from the stables a little bit, away from anybody, and Fayelle kind of, her actual self, kind of leans in just a little bit. Well, actually, you guys are about the same height normally.
Yeah.
Close, right? So she whispers and she's, looks directly at you from her real eyes. And she says to you, we'll be fine. Thank you. But, remind Jacob that I will keep my word.
Of course. And she's going to to help them, she's going to pull out the last, for even numbers, 125 gold and then 500 silver.
Okay.
And give it to the twins.
Alright.
And tell them, take this so that way when you actually get to a city, you can restock on supplies and possibly potions or whatnot. The spell only lasts for 8 hours, so you're gonna need to push horses.
And Kaia actually this time, she looks around real quick to make sure there's not really anyone around. And you now have what to others looks like a female dwarf grasped around your waist with their face kind of buried in your chest, hugging you. But what you feel is the form of an elf who is giving you a tender hug, and she whispers to you, "I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much." And
quite honestly, I wish I had known sooner what your guys' situation was.
we wish it never had gotten that way. And then she lets you go.
When you get to a city, if you're able to send something out, I would like to hear that the both of you made it home safe.
And Kaia actually nods her head and says, "I know how to do such things. I will contact you."
So, go. You need to get going now.
Thank you. And they both mount up onto their horses and immediately head for the gate. And as they are taking off, before they head around a corner and lose sight of you, you see both of them turn back and look at you one last time. And just, there's, a slight nod from Fayelle's head. Or her dwarven head at this point. And then they disappear around the corner towards the main gate to head out to the west. And that is the last you see of them. Then, what do you do at that point?
Okay, here's a weird question. Can she shift into a fox and still look like an elf?
Technically, yeah, the seeming spell, it's an illusion, and it's still there, so...
Alright, then what she's gonna do is... Well, no, she might not need to shift for this. Can Diana backtrack towards Jacob's scent?
Well, you know where they were going.
Yeah, hence. But she doesn't know, she wasn't with him when he went to the shop, so she's kind of...
Well, yeah.
She has an idea of the marketplace, and that's about it.
Yeah, you can head back there and see if you can kind of pick up his scent. So you're on your way heading back that way. Okay, so while you are on your way heading back that way, so let's see, where are you guys hiding? There we go. So, Rhogar.
Yes.
You're drawing lots of attention to yourself. Are you going to be doing anything else at this point?
Rhogar is getting pretty annoyed at this rate. What actions do I have? I just really want to use Necrotic Shroud, but I'm like, that's not going to help anything. Let me just cast a whole bunch of fear on people.
Okay, you want to cast fear on people?
Well, I mean, it's like fear, but I don't have fear.
Okay.
That's this. I do have. That's what I do.
So you're going to cast a spell on people around
Oh
you?
wait, no. I just you triggered a memory of when I cast a spell fear before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think I had lesser restoration. All right, let me just fix that real quick. Okay, now I know fear. I mean, this is ridiculous. I can't divine sense him. Oh wait, is Hrim considered a celestial, or fiend, or undead?
He's a fey creature.
Is Fae included in this?
If you're looking at divine sense, I think it is. Off the top of my head, though.
I don't. That's protection from good.
Nope. Celestial, fiend, or undead.
Yeah. What spells do I
But
know?
actually, no, she wouldn't have calluses on her paws, on her hands from her paws.
Do I know? I did not prepare that spell today. Man, detect good and evil would have been real helpful.
All right. Well, while I'm gonna let you think more on what you want to do. Eurydice, how long are you gonna wait to see if you notice any reaction?
A few minutes.
Okay. So, while you're waiting there, after a few minutes, you actually kind of continued down that alleyway down to another intersection.
Mm-hmm.
And, so you could kind of look out around the corners and notice if you saw anyone.
Yeah.
And you didn't really get a description on them. Because while you noticed someone was trailing you, they were actually very, very sneaky and were good at kind of keeping other people, objects, and shadows between you and them. It's almost more like you had a sixth sense you were being followed than really noticed it. That's just how good your perception of things is. You notice little things like that and you're like, damn, someone's following us. So you don't really have a description. So as you're waiting there, eventually you feel like there is someone above you.
Eurydice will look up, and then she'll misty step onto the roof of the taller houses near her.
Okay. As you pop onto the roof of a house.
Oh, I meant the other house.
The other one? Okay, so over here?
Yeah.
Okay. As you do that, did I grab? No, I did not grab one of those. You would be under this. I know he's under here. Somewhere. Not that one. Not that one. There. You notice just kind of barely peeking over the top of the roof, you actually see the face of Lassius.
Oh, hello, sir.
Oh boy.
And she's gonna be like, I see you.
And he just steps up right onto here and smiles big. He says, he just kind of nods his head a little bit. And he says, actually he doesn't say anything just yet. He, just kind of walks calmly along the edge of the roof, looks around to make sure no one else is, looking up towards the roof, and then leaps across lightly, landing right in front of you. and just looking at you. And then he says, very quietly, needed to see if you were up to the task.
What, you don't trust us?
No. Never trust anyone. And no idea of your skills yet. But the fact that you were able to notice me fills me with some confidence that you might be able to pull off your little plan.
Thank you. Also, dealing with that little, you mentioned that little plan, hold on, I have to think.
The thinking. The thinking.
Oh, I zoned out. What are we doing? What are you trying to remember?
I'm trying to make words go.
Oh, Jesus, I can't help you there.
Shut up. That's not me. That's not her talking. That's me saying, because I'm thinking.
No problem. I'll just give you shit.
I know, and I hate it. Okay. I understand why you'd want to follow us to make sure that we're up to the task. But, it also just doesn't seem like you have enough faith that we can get this done without supervision.
As I said, the fact that you noticed me watching you fills me with a bit more confidence.
Yeah, but you're still here. You've still been following us. And honestly, I don't like it when people follow me. It really gets on my nerves.
Is that all?
Oh, shut up. I mean, this isn't our first rodeo. We know how to handle ourselves. We can get this job done without you watching us. So, and I'm sure you have better things to do than tailing us all day.
Yes. And if you had not noticed me, I would be stuck doing such.
So now that I've noticed...
However, as I said before, you noticing me filled me with confidence, which is why I decided to come closer and talk to you.
So does this mean you'll be, like, shooing and not following us for the rest of the day?
That's exactly what it means.
Cool. Now I gotta go back over to my dumbass, who's been making too much noise.
I totally understand. Report back when you have the elf so that we can let Aramon do what he will.
Aye, aye.
And then he hops back across to this rooftop, and then you see him make what seems like a huge leap from this one here to this next one over here. And he seems to do it with relative ease, and then he's up and over the top again, and then he seems to kind of drop down the side, and you notice him from up there with your amazing perception skills, just kind of nonchalantly strolling down the street back that way.
Okay. And
you
then...
also, from your elevated perch,
Do I see a dumbass somewhere?
You see a Rhogar.
Yes, that dumbass. Yes.
I'm
Do I
looking
see any other dumbasses?
Well, you see a really large eagle that
But it's
seems
not
to be
friend.
that seems to be kind of circling in this area, just over and over.
Eurydice
It's-
is gonna whistle.
It's
and try
a
and
little
get...
odd.
Eurydice is gonna whistle to get its attention.
Roll perception, Jacob.
Okay, 19.
19. You're as you're about to enter this shop with Zeroth and drop off the scroll. Actually, you had already entered the shop, so you're basically just kind of using Zeroth as a guide. So while you're in the shop, so we're kind of stepping back a moment or two in time. The woman behind the counter once again sees you and sees, or I should say, a tiefling who seems to be just kind of, his hand on the shoulder of a very large brass dragonborn.
Yeah, that's awkward.
walk into her shop, and she says, "Yes, can I help you?"
Hello, it's me again.
You're a tiefling.
No, he knows.
I don't. I'm sorry, my memory must be slipping me in as I get older. I apologize. I don't recall the last time we met. But welcome back. What can I do for you?
Well, I was here to deliver the scroll as well as pick up the what's it called? Distort value and the drift globe we had agreed upon.
Oh, I'm quite sorry. Again, I apologize. I'm not quite sure my memory is that bad.
It's okay.
I do not recall selling those to you. It was actually a nice young gentleman who happened to be blind.
He will reach up behind his head,
Mhm.
and it looks dumb, but he's gonna untie the bandage that he normally has on his head, but since the illusion, he has normal eyes, and he's just gonna pull the cloth back over and through the illusion.
And she. Oh.
And then he'll put it back up and tie. Yeah, I learned a pretty neat trick.
I can say you most certainly did. I've heard of such things. I've never actually seen them.
Wow.
Very interesting. And are you, as she points to you, Zeroth, are you the same as you look now, or is this part of it?
You didn't come through.
Can't hear you.
Still nothing.
No.
Oh?
Oh, starting.
I heard a sound.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
now we
All
can.
right. It is part of it.
Alright, as she hears a definitely not very draconic sounding voice. They do have their own kind of unique guttural
Sorry, my
growl.
dragon eggs haven't fallen just yet. I haven't gotten a deep growth.
Nice. Alright, so
Faster than humans, so
mm.
and they die faster as well.
So she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, yes, please." And she, if you, is that it right there? She points to the scroll you were holding. Jacob.
I'm sorry.
Is that it right there? She points to the scroll you're holding, the Flock of Familiars.
Yes, indeed. This should be exactly the thing you were looking for, and yeah,
Ah, excellent. May I?
of course. And you will hand it over. And
All right.
make sure she can look through it, make sure everything's
Yep.
there.
She takes a look and just nice big smile on her face, and this is marvelous. Ah, very well. She rolls it up, leaves it on the counter for a second, goes back and grabs the scroll for you of distort value and the drift globe, and puts them both on the counter, and says, "I, feel free to check them. They are as you saw them last, but please, if you desire, check them, and I hope they suit you well."
And he will pick it up.
And just as you're reaching, are you looking through Grim's eyes at all right now, or are you just kind of, blocking him out and just going by the sound?
I'm going by my own hearing right now,
Mhm.
and kind of Zeroth. If Rim is
Do you want my help to lend your hand to where she's holding it?
it'd be appreciated.
All right.
Which is gonna be really funny, seeing his hand go into the arm of the dragonborn.
just kind of pass partway through.
There's a glitch in the matrix.
Here we go.
Just
Almost
reaching
there.
for it. Just
Almost
gotta
there.
guide that.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. Sorry, had to birds outside.
No problem. Let me just check something. Okay, so you are just as soon as you are, with Zeroth's help, getting your hands on the scroll and the drift globe. I need Jacob and Zeroth to both roll a perception check.
Alright.
Righty. So based off of my perception for once, oh boy. Gotta hit that nice and powerful. 19.
I got a 14.
Okay. Zeroth, you think you hear a little bit of something, but you don't really pick up on what it is. Jacob,
That's normal life.
Jacob, you know that is kind of the sound that Hrim makes when he's trying to make an alerting noise, like check this out. And it's for you, it's almost more of a mental ping than an actual noise, which is why you pick it up. Hrim has seen something, and he's trying to alert you basically to it.
And he'll just kind of, my apologies, Zeroth, I'll be a second, and he's gonna be switching over to Hrim.
So you switched your vision?
Yep.
And when you do, as you switch your vision, you see Hrim is staring across the ways, quite a ways away. And this is a good couple 100 feet at least. But standing on a rooftop is Eurydice. And
Here, Rhogar.
she is looking right at Hrim, and Hrim's looking at you. Rhogar, do you still have your mage hand with your holy symbol up in the air?
Yeah, I mean, like every minute I have to catch the symbol and then just throw back up there at the mage hand.
Okay. You also see what is like a a glowing beacon that is up in the air, and then after a couple seconds, it falls back down, and then is sitting there watching. A little bit later, it goes back up in the air, and you can actually see. Wait a minute, that's got to be a mage hand. That's got to be Rhogar.
Do I hear Rhogar shouting my name?
You still shouting?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty pissed.
Yeah, through Prim senses, you now hear him. Okay. So, now, while all of that is going on,
The heck?
Diana, as you are making your way back through... Why is this not working? Alright. As you are yeah, it's doing that funky thing again, so I'm just going to have to do it this way. Actually, I'll do it that way, and I'll just grab completely unique, because it just makes it easier. Alright. Well, you are walking through the town, making your way back towards the market area. You're having to take a few smaller streets because one, it's quicker from where you were to get that way, and as you are going through one of these smaller streets, I need you to roll perception, please.
Fuck me. 23.
23, okay. You, as you've been going through some of these side streets, you notice looks like a young man, or more like a teenager. Looks kind of scrawny. Kind of a little bit, not super tall, but, he's skinny enough that he looks lanky, and just, kind of wearing simple, I wouldn't really call them peasant clothes, but they're not anything fancy. And they're not super clean, but they're not, they're not in horrible condition either.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that this is like the third time you've seen that same young man in probably the last, let's say 3 blocks or so. He seems to somehow be like just popping up, ahead of you and you pass.
Ooh, so you said the illusion remains how it is even if I go in my fox form, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, keeping the illusion, upright and walking, she's actually going to shift into her fox form.
Okay.
And she's just going to keep her ears on him now and just wait.
Okay. And as you, and are you gonna continue walking as you do it?
No, I'm just gonna lean against one of the walls and just wait.
Okay, so you're just gonna lean against one of the walls and wait?
Which is technically her just sitting and waiting.
Okay. I will need you to roll perception again, please.
$21.
Okay. You notice that the young man is kind of smiling at you, and then he looks up above you for just a second.
Uh-oh.
and I need you to roll initiative.
Fuck me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
14.
Okay. Oh, I have to.
The good thing is that they're seeing a female elf body and don't realize how tiny I actually am.
They'll figure it out soon.
I think.
There's. There we go.
Yeah. But I did post something in the Discord.
Alright.
True.
Yeah, just so it's fair, because technically she is a quadruped, not a biped anymore. So that would it would shatter the spell.
Okay, I didn't know that, so
Nah,
if
I-
that's
I-
the case,
It hit me that I was like, if we're gonna follow some rules, we should follow other rules.
That's true.
well, because she's not wild shaping.
It's
Your body's changing. You're
Yeah.
a quadruped.
Yeah, the
If that's the
scene-
case, then if that's the case, she won't go into the fox form. I was not aware of that.
None of us were.
So
I was bored.
then she won't be in the fox form.
Okay. Alright, so you got a 14, you said. And I just need to double check this. Okay. Why is it only one? Actually, I should just roll one anyway and just put it all the same. Just makes it easier. So that okay. So I'm just gonna put them all in the same. So as you notice his vision look up, you immediately, just almost as a reflex, look up yourself, and you see a net coming down on top of you from above, and that will be a 19 to hit you.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
Okay, so you are now restrained. You don't take any damage from it, but you are restrained, and you can, on your turn, attempt to use an action to make a DC 10 strength check to break free. Or you could try to cut through the net by using slashing damage.
So I know I'm stuck in the net. I know I'm stuck in the net, but that doesn't prevent me from using my magic, right?
Well, you are restrained, and all that really does is your speed
I
is
just
0.
can't move.
Basically, your speed is 0. You can't benefit from any bonuses to speed. And attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. And you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. You can still cast spells. You can still do that kind of stuff. Okay. Not your turn yet, though. That was one thing happened.
I'm gonna die.
So, next.
How many are there?
Unknown. Currently.
Well, as you look around, you can see there is a figure who is standing on the edge of the roof, who dropped a net on top of you. You see this kind of scrawny man, young man across the street, across the alleyway, whatever you want to call it, watching you. Come around the corner comes a man who is, well, at least you think it's a man. It's a humanoid. He's kind of large, but he's wearing
By the way, I sent you a message.
Okay. I'll take a look at it in a sec. He's got a hooded cloak on, but underneath that hooded cloak, you see you see studded leather armor. Actually, I think, is that what he's wearing? Yes, you see studded leather armor and a shield, and he pulls a scimitar.
Oh.
Rhogar? I'm joking.
It's
And
the guy.
then you also see, coming from another pathway, a gnome.
I fucked up.
Yes, and in fact, I'm going to go ahead and just describe the ones that you can see clearly to you. So you see a gnome step out who has curly blonde hair on most of his head, except for on the very top, which has a large bald spot, kind of like the atypical Friar Tuck.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got on dark brown clothing that, while fairly simple in design, is extremely clean and looks like it's been pressed. It's looks like it's kept very, very nicely. The warrior that you saw come around the other corner, he is wearing this hooded cloak, and it is in kind of a drab green color with like some little threads of pattern through it, almost as if it's there to break up the shape of it and make it harder to see. And he's
Do I recognize any symbols or specific?
Not yet. You don't see any symbols on any of them at this time. Now, the young man across the street, which you see him, like you said, he's just very unassuming looking. And what happens is, after the net falls on you, do this. Yoink. And they don't have the actual thing, so I am improvising. But you see him all of a sudden shift form into that of a half man, half tiger hybrid.
Fuck!
Ew.
Oh! Is that who I think it is? No! Oh, I'm
And
fucked. I'm really, really fucked.
You would recognize, you know, because you are a shifter, you know the difference between full-on shifters and were creatures.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm so fucked.
Uh-oh.
Is it a weird
And-
tiger?
It could be.
Uh-oh.
He's actually he stays right here for now, because what happens is the little gnome steps right there, and then he casts a spell on you.
Oh. No.
Can I use counter charm?
You can try counter charm, but it is not a charm.
Oh.
Fuck!
Oh, you going to sleep?
He casts sleep.
I know.
What's the save for that?
There is no
Nothing.
save. It's whatever your hit points are. If it's more than that, you're going night-night.
That would have
He
dropped
got
me.
71.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Okay. So what happens is, as you are falling asleep, you feel this just this oppressive weight of just wave of tiredness kind of flow through you. And you, without even thinking, are just kind of sinking down gently onto the ground and laying down, still while trapped in this net. And your eyelids start to feel heavy. You see all of these people or creatures close in on you. The one on the roof hops down, and before you fall asleep, you see clearly a half-elven woman with a symbol of a golden spindle emblazoned on the left breast of her studded leather armor. She holds another net in her hand, and there is a staff in her other. You would say she looks very beautiful, except there is a scar that looks like 2 claw marks running down the right side of her face from her forehead down towards her chin, the claws barely missing her right eye. She also has let's see, where is that? She has long, dark brown hair that kind of falls about her face in waves, and her robes are gray and plain, with the exception of that symbol. Go ahead and roll a religion check. This is kind of the last thing you do as you drift off to sleep.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay. You know that kind of a final thought going through your mind as you fall asleep is, a symbol of the goddess Istis, the goddess of fate? Interesting.
Oh, fuck me!
And everything goes black for you. Now, the rest of you.
My board is...
Yep, you're breaking up really bad. Everyone's breaking up real bad.
There goes
Okay.
video
I'm
feed
back.
for everybody.
I'm not talking. I hear everyone. No.
Okay, everyone's
So
back,
the last I
sort of.
heard was the goddess of fate.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the last thing I heard as well.
And that's basically what it was, is
Mhm.
Istis, the goddess of fate. Now, as that happens, Jacob.
Yep.
You get a message in your head out of nowhere. It says, if you wish to see her alive, come to the old church on the East Shore. Be there tomorrow night. By yourself.
I should have took invisibility.
I just got fucking fuck
Oh
snapped.
wait, no. They would have noticed.
Like, I
And
stood
that
no
is-
chance!
And that is where we end tonight.
Wow.
Thanks everyone for joining us and watching the show. I hope you had fun tonight. I hope this was enjoyable to watch. Sorry about any sound issues we've had. I'm going to attempt to find out what the hell went wrong with that and fix that. But really appreciate you joining us. Hopefully we'll see you next week. And also, if you're a fan of Tailspire, don't forget, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is the last collaborative build stream of the city. It's where I do the show and tell of the whole city, and I'm going to show what the next collab build stream winning choice was and the starting map for it. That Klein and I will, and Dana will be joining us too, and anyone else can join us. If you got Tailspire, you just gotta let us know in chat. We'll show you that map then as well. So, that's it everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye!